Today we're going to take a look at Frankenstein, a modded hero brought to you by the wonderful Huber. Complete with all 20 upgrades, arts, and 3D models. This is the same person who has brought to you the Army Base and Psychic Monkey. So if you haven't seen the showcases of those modded towers yet, then I recommend you do after this, because given the quality of those ones, this one's going to be probably just as good. I know we are a bit out of that Halloween season, but yeah, I just got that Internet Explorer upload speed. Anyway, let's get her down. And let's explain what Frankenstein do. Nice play on words, by the way. But it's a legendary doctor, Stanislav Victor Monkeystein, and his ultimate creation, Frank, a monstrous duo born from mad genius and crackling lightning. So level 1, changes between powering the scientist or monster for different specializations. Stan zaps balloons, and Frank mashes balloons. Level 2, Frank's match attacks deal extra damage and pops all balloon types. Which now brings us to level 3, which is, you know, what we have with the monkey knowledge. Its inability sends 3 waves of powerful chain lightning, which follows my targeting priority and deals a lot of damage to multi-class balloons. So right now, given the long-range blast attack, we've got Stan. And I think these buttons up here are how you change, yeah, the monkey. So now it's Frank attacking with its small range. Remind you of Pat Fusty, anybody? Yeah, if I had foresight, probably should have put a different placement for it, but this is kind of like Rosalia, but better. Now, don't get me wrong, Rosalia is great and all, but this one is basically 2 different heroes in one, rather than 2, like, separate attacks. Anyway, what does level 4 do? Increases the pierce and power of Stan's blaster. So it's kind of fascinating. It feels like every level buffs, like, each individual. It's either Frank or Stan, not Frank and Stan, at least so far. I know we're not in any danger right now, but let's just use the ability just to see the special effects, because unlike maybe your average tower mod, this one comes with it all. Not just unique abilities and all that, but also sprites, because, like, as you can probably tell from here, if I didn't tell you this was a mod, you might be mistaken for the real thing. Like, does this not look like an official skin? In-game skin, or what? Pretty gnarly. So level 5, see? It looks like there's a pattern. This time, Frank's damage is up by 2, so maybe after each level unlock, we'll switch to that one. 1 for showcase, and 2, because it might be better. But I'm gonna have to change placement, I think, if I want Frank to do more work than currently. Unless it gains, like, range over time. Let's see. That's still really sketchy. Yeah, it's leaking awfully. Okay, back to Stan for the time being. Let's see if level 6 can save us. Experimental Resurrection. Every 5 seconds, Stan summons a small monster balloon. And then Stan gains camo, increased range, and pops any balloon type. So what I'm curious to know is if this works regardless. Or can Frank be active while Stan can summon it, or only Stan? Guess we'll find out. Oh god, the pierce is really bad. Okay, maybe switch to Frank for this round. Oh yeah, that's huge. Now, I might have to keep Frank. I don't know if he can pop leads, but I'm pretty sure Stan here cannot. Let's see. Oh no, it actually can. This zap attack is apparently lead piercing, and there it is. Level 6 has been afforded, and there are the little monster balloons coming out. I kind of expected it, that they would kind of be like zombie balloons in Necromancer, except this time they're way stronger. It chains lightning every single time, which sounds pretty broken, doesn't it? Let's try to switch to Frank and see. Yeah, no balloons coming out. Frank does do more damage though, see? Turns leads to reds. So many unique things with this hero already, and we're only at level 6, mind you. Level 7's a lot to take in. Depending on my chosen character, I get different abilities. Atom Smash, Stan launches slow energy bomb towards strongest balloon. And Monster Blast, Frank vigorously mashes all nearby balloons, heavily damaging and slowing them. So this time, it's not just Frank that gets a power-up, which I guess, again, it means I should probably just stick to Stan for the time being. Unless we get a giant group round, but I don't think we will anytime soon. Or if we do, let's just lightning it up. And that ought to help a little bit. Okay, that did not work as wise as I thought. Okay, let's switch to Frank for the ending. Nice. That one shot might have done something. There we are. We got some abilities now, or at least one ability. So what's cool is that if I switch it between Frank and Stan, well, the icon changes. I guess it's not a total surprise, but I'm wondering, if I use, like, Frank's ability, does Stan's go on cooldown, or what? I guess we'll see with the Monster Bash coming in right about, let's do now. And that was a giant nuke. Switch back to Stan. And oh, it's not fully cooled off, so that's cool. That's gonna require a little bit of micro to like switch between each power for each hero here, but we're probably used to it at this point with Corvus and Rosalie and all that. Now, I probably should save Stan's ability here for the Moab, because it's the strongest balloon, and so I would assume it's a mob nuke. Let's try. Slow energy? Oh, yep. That's exactly what I expected, although maybe I didn't expect it to literally one-shot that and the insides. Alright, time for Out Buff 2, because I think it is, Stan here is falling behind. Spike Balls 2 for some help. I'm just curious, if I switch abilities, well, I don't think it cools off. Because I used Frank ability like years ago, but we're only just at a quarter. Switch back, yeah. So I guess that's an interesting way to balance it, or that is expected. That you have to have the hero active for it to cool off. How about a level 3 here to help us out? Let's take a read at level 8 as well. Stan fires faster. Frank gets more range and fires faster and deals more damage. So I guess that's a way to make up for them being even on level 7. Okay. Back to Frank for the time being. Oh yeah, the range is much bigger now, but again, I still think like with its melee attacks, you would rather have it attack a bend, depending how big the area is. Like, look at these pinks here. They're sneaking through. Again, I'm fine with that because of the spike balls for the time being, but yeah, not too good of a look. Level 9 here is a Stan buff. Lightning Conduit gains 3 waves of lightning and more damage. Actually, no, sorry, it's not a Stan buff. It's literally just an ability buff, because you can still use it, of course. Stan can help with the lightning, even though, you know, Frank is the one attacking. I'm going to use a nuke for here. Those cerams look scary. Good call, I think. Now, apologies if there's going to be any leg spikes you notice in the future, because I think the description did mention that this mod will, or this hero will, cause a little bit of lag the later we get in. I think I have seen some hitching so far, but we just bought level 9 for a bit of power up. How about level 10? Glory to Science. Focus all my power to summon the Frankenballoon. The more damage it takes, the more balloons nearby it shocks. Can only be used when there's a mob on screen. So is it just me, or does that not sound like kind of similar to Rosalia? Because, you know, with her level 10 ability, if you damage a balloon, not its own balloon, you will do more damage to it. Or I think there's another mod in the past with a Rift Tower that had something similar to this. Now, this is probably a good time to mention that apparently this, like, the creator mentioned this is ripped off of Clash Royale's appearance, Goblinstein. I don't play Clash Royale, but if you do, and you figured that out before I mentioned it, then that was intentional, I guess. Okay, now we got O'Flock, so we can probably help out Frank a little bit, and Stan. Now, sadly, I forgot to charge up Stan's nuke. So I wanted to see if it would be to BFB, but, whoopsies. I guess we can't. Unless, wait. No, it's up, let's go. Unfortunately, it's only Moabs, 4 Moabs here, but yeah, we know it would have one-shot that anyway. Let's buy level 10. I will get an Energizer soon to beef everything up, don't you worry. So I would say this round's a good round to use level 10, because only mobs on screen is when they can be used. I probably wanted to try for the F Moab, so let's spawn it. Frankenballoon, where are you at? And it's coming from the top, which unfortunately we can't really damage it unless I do chain lightning. I don't know if there's a way I could damage it like that, but that's bad timing. Yeah, I mistimed that awfully. Actually, it's still in, like, for the cerams, but yeah, that was useless. My bad. Anyway, I'm gonna just use Frank there to nuke wave 1. I assume Frank can just slap the hell out of wave 2. Right, yep. Anyway, level 11 is dual buffs. Resurrection's monster balloons are faster and can withstand more balloons. Frank attacks faster as well. Okay, level 10 is up again. Let's not mess up this time. The Frankenballoon should travel the whole track, right? So let's use lightning now. And I think it did help. I'm assuming, like, I couldn't fully tell there, but every time it takes damage, it releases shockwaves. At least that's what I noticed. Let me nuke this also. Yeah, so if that's the case, then it's not exactly like Rosalia or the Rift thing I was talking about. Still a fairly unique concept for an ability that isn't in this game yet. Anyway, Energizer. So we probably get level 20 Frankenstein. before 100. And now with level 11, you can see that the zombie... I'm gonna just call them the zombie balloons because I'm used to calling it that for the wizard. But they've changed it in color. Level 12 also looks like it's still a stand buff fully. Increased Pierce, attacks faster, and Stan also fires an electricity bomb which stuns balloons. Make your choice more obvious. Now we have this ability that I haven't used for BFBs yet, but now we can confirm, yes, it does one-shot BFBs. Nice. Now, I was trying to move it up, but holy crap, it's got a massive hitbox. The fact that I can't fit in these spots here, which usually can fit a large-ish tower, right? Like a spike factory. I guess it might be super monkey size, given this doesn't fit either. But I trust we'll be okay if we move it up here. Let me just make sure to get back the buffs that I was missing, like that. And yeah, this should hold in the back. If this leaks anything. I could use some more Frankenballoon this round, not gonna lie. If I target strong, oh my god, yeah, it is indeed doing the shocks. That was some crazy damage right there, so we should remember... Oh, also, this needs to be moved up to be in range of the hero for XP, but this, yeah, you gotta put it on strong. You get so much more damage that way. We now unlock level 13, Lightning Conduit, casts 9 waves. Frank smashes, deal double damage, more mob damage, and extra damage to fortifies and stuns. So that said, back to Frank. And how about we try the Frankenballoon combo with, like, Stan's smacks? I think it looked pretty good from there. Oh, do I have a charge up? Nice. I'm gonna switch back to Stan here. Can we one-shot a ZMG? Yes, we can. What can't this hero do? Again, balance isn't, like, perfect. So perhaps this hero might be a little bit overtuned, but again, we're here for the unique aspects of the hero, I guess, more than the balance itself. So we should swap back to this, because monster balloons are a bit stronger now. Yep, they once again change in color. Once we get level 15, though, that's when we revert it back again. Weak electric chain attacks on hit. You know what? I'm just gonna buy it because I got so much money. Because I do want to see what it can do. Oh god. Can definitely feel the lag, but that's a lot of lightning. A lot of chain lightning going through. Level 16 here is where Frankenballoon gets significantly stronger and slower. I guess slower is a good thing, because that would allow us to deal more damage before it times out. I looked like it was HP based, but I guess I could be wrong. And it was length based instead. Understandably hard to tell. Let's go ahead and spawn out for this here to see the speed. It's still pretty fast, I'm not gonna lie. But it's, yep, strong targeting does target that one. Doesn't look like it's really doing much of a dent to ZMGs, but I assume that's because, like, the lightning isn't really mob damage. You feel? How about using this ability? Wouldn't this create infinite lightning? Well, I'm using it. And I guess so. It's decent, I guess. Again, you can probably tell at this point, the leg is getting nutty. And look, that's why I think it's not time-based, because it just, like, ran through the entire track. So I guess we didn't do enough damage to it. Good to know. Level 17. Resurrection's monster balloons now have even more piercing damage and electricity, bombs, stun for longer. I feel like at this point, those monster balloons have become more of an afterthought, considering everything else that is in his kit. We will still see it through, of course. I also haven't even used the conduit in a while, so how about we just chain that out and see. Is that the one causing the stun, or is it just its general attacks? No, I think it's a general attacks. Remember, that's the electric bomb that's throwing out. And yeah, with level 17, we get it to last for longer, so no wonder. No wonder those are slowed like crazy now. Do I need a mid this round? Or do we have the... we have the light popping. So we're good on that front. We'll buy Monster Bash, or level 18 now. Cooldown's reduced by 20%. Monster Bash lasts longer. I'll take it. Those BFBs aren't necessarily menacing, but I'm just gonna use the nuke again, because it's so fun to use against. It's like an anti-balloon. When you see so many balloons on screen, you wish you had it for that satisfying nuke. If I had to pick Frank or Stan, like, in general, I would say Frank, just considering that nasty stun. Let me just see if Frank, does he also stun? No. Yeah, big L taken by Frank here. His ability can only make up for that so much, I think. It was pretty good. But I don't know about you, but I like the stuns. How is its DDT damage? Oh, it still leaks. Yeah. Stan for the win. Now level 19. Does Frank get the advantage? Maybe. His max attacks deal increased damage. But that does come with a stand buff too. Anyway, last level. Glory to Science now summons the Frankenbad. And Conduit's lightning is now 20. Okay, we're not wasting any time. Let's see it nuke out, 94 here. So set it strong. Overclock it. And I don't think it's going through because there's a bunch of balloons in the way. But we should be doing damage to it, right? Are we seeing anything? Right now, nothing. Which actually surprises me. I think it would be a good combo if I waited for level 10 ability. Then, like, if I do a bunch of damage to it, wouldn't it just, like, nuke out the rest? Oh, I think the ability itself would have done all that. Oh, yeah, I don't know why it's not doing good damage. Strange. Anyway, we do have level 10, so I assume that would just one-shot this round. Yup. It even nukes the Frankenbad. Unfortunately, this means I used my ability for, I don't have an ability for the hard round here. Can Frank hold the fort down for 95? Oh, not really. That's a lot of DTs to leak. Yikes. Let's try the lightning conduit. Remember, they said it was 20 lightning strikes, but I feel like it doesn't scale too well, judging from the damage here. Feels like it's tickling the Moabs, rather than actually, hurting them. How about another Frankenbad? This time, can we see anything? Not really. I think the issue is that we're just not doing enough damage to it. So maybe what I'll do for fun is, like, first strike. So that will target the Frankenbad, I would assume. Get an outside source to do tons of damage, or even Spike Factory. I think it's a close range thing. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, because I am just looking at this real time, and it's much easier to analyze, like, when you're backseating. Believe me, I know how it is, like, when you're watching somebody and they miss something that apparently is obvious, but I can understand as, you know, someone who's made those mistakes before, how they slip through. Because, like, at the end, I'm one person, and, you know, we got tens of thousands of others here who can notice something that I miss. Anyway, I assume this level 10 will just nuke on 98. Yep, didn't expect it any other way. I think I'm just gonna let the DTs get tanked by the Spike Mines, and here we are. Bad on bad action. We should just spawn it on top. Unfortunately, the Frankenbad is much faster than bad still. How about some lightning to proc? How is its damage? The damage looks like... The damage numbers are crazy, yeah, holy. Okay, you do genuinely need it on top for it to put in work. Because that was so much better than what we saw on the previous rounds, and yeah, that was the common denominator. GG. I'm gonna leave it there, because honestly, the lag is triggering me. Unfortunate. But hope you enjoyed. I certainly enjoyed this hero too, because, like, yeah, again, top tier stuff. Lots of interesting concepts that I would love to see in the vanilla BT6, so maybe Ninja Kiwi maybe taking some notes from this, who knows. Once again, if you missed any other amazing Terramod showcases, then click on these right here to watch them. Otherwise, I'll catch you in the next one.